when I was 15, I started DJing, but I don't necessarily look at it as DJing. I was more or less collecting records and, doing the pause mixing on tape decks, and I can only play one record at a time. Like I didn't have two, so I would just collect records and listen to them, and build my library up until I was able to buy turntables. But you got to think about it. I was 15, so I wasn't able to buy no $400, $500 turntables. They cost way more today, but back then they were like, I think $500, and you have to have $1,000 just to get two turntables. That's without the mixer. So so I was just pause mixing on tape decks, and it wasn't until I got older and I got a job and I started making money that I actually bought a set of turntables. My family is Muslim, and my name is Mustafa, and I guess in the school I went to Park Manor on 71st Street. I went to Bryn Mawr first, and then we went to Park Manor. And like the kids used to be like, "What's your name again?" Like they never heard an Arabic name before, so it's kind of weird. And then coming from New York, we talk like this, and we talk, you know what I mean? Right. Like we had a different kind of accent back then. So people be like, "Y'all sound funny," you know what I mean? So it was kind of weird, but I looked at it as I'm different from y'all, you know what I mean? I'm not. Actually, I looked at Chicago as like, y'all country. So I was like, y'all some country bumpkin, like you guys are like from Mississippi, but y'all live in a big city. And come to find out, a lot of people's grandparents came from Mississippi and down south and in Chicago, and we was, big city people. We was from New York City. So yeah, we were kind of different. My whole family, I have 3 sisters and 3 brothers, there's 7 of us. So the Abdullah clan, you couldn't mess with them. Like that New York,
Right.
a lot in high school, a lot of people used to call me New York just because of my accent or whatever, certain things that I say. They'd be like, "Yo, don't mess with New York." I was never into the gangs or anything like that. I didn't understand it, so I just wasn't with it. Plus, I'm into art and music, so that was my thing. It was different in New York than it was in Chicago. Chicago was playing a lot of disco, house, R&B, and New York was playing a lot of disco, house, R&B, but they also had the development of hip hop starting. So it's kind of weird because I got to see it developing before it got everywhere else. And then kids used to, this is a crazy story, but you know how when you was in grade school and you had to line up to like go to lunch? And so we'll be in line, and then I'll start pop locking, and one teacher was like, "I think something's wrong with him." They thought I was crazy or something. They knew nothing about breakdancing or nothing. So they just see me, in line doing stuff, and they like, "Something wrong with this guy." But it is what it is. It was just 2 separate scenes to me, the house scene and the hip hop scene. So that's why I'm versed in both, genres of music. Cause my brothers, they had all the Frankie Knuckles tapes in the world. And I used to hang out with them all the time, and they would be playing this music constantly. But then when I go home, I'm playing Kid and Play and Rakim, and you know what I mean? So that's how I learned both sides of music. And my father, he loves jazz. He could tell you the year, the studio they made it at, and he loves jazz. So I listen to jazz with him, and then I learned jazz. And my mom loves Latin music. She loves Tito Puente and Celia Cruz. So I learned Spanish music from her. So that's how I be learning all these different genres of music. I used to listen to BMX all the time. They used to have I think they were the first ones who, when I used to bring the Red Alert tapes back to Chicago, I could compare it to BMX because they had I think they had the Hot Mix 5, and they had these DJs that was, messing with each other and DJing together, and they used to have a rap show on. I forgot who did it, but later on, 106 Jams came out, and Pink House was a friend of mine, rest in peace. Pink House was a radio personality, and he took a liking to me, and we just start, hitting it off, and he would invite me to events that he had and stuff like that. And that's when I think 106 Jams was turning over a new leaf with the hip hop and stuff, so.
Any way you cut it, grill it, smoke it. You've never seen turkey like this before. Get ready for Just Turkey's famous barbecue turkey ribs and tips. The butter-crusted turkey burger, turkey tacos, legs, salads, wraps, and more. We're serving up healthier choices for the foods you love. Only at Just Turkey. Turkey's all we do. That's why we do it better. Learn more at originalJustTurkey.com.
Hey, baby girl, what's that you eating?
Barbecue turkey ribs.
Turkey ribs? The turkey ain't got no ribs.
Just Turkey does. They have turkey ribs, tips, burgers, even turkey lasagna. They have turkey everything.
You want to trade?
No way. It tastes too good and is way healthier than what you have in that greasy brown bag.
Turkey's healthier?
Yeah, it has less fat and grills to perfection with their special sauce.
Okay, just one bite.
No, they have locations everywhere. Go get your own.
Any way you cut it, grill it, smoke it. You've never seen turkey like this before. Get ready for Just Turkey's famous barbecue turkey ribs and tips. The butter-crusted turkey burger, turkey tacos, legs, salads, wraps, and more. We're serving up healthier choices for the foods you love. Only at Just Turkey. Turkey's all we do. That's why we do it better. Learn more at originalJustTurkey.com.
One thing that one mistake I think DJs make is that some DJs want to be DJs to be popular. They don't really have a love or passion for music. They just look at it as an outlet for them to say, hey, I was at this club, or I was doing this or doing that. Like, DJs that I mess with, like the Jay Illas and the Boy Geniuses, and these guys love music, all types of music. Like, and I think a lot of DJs just want to be a DJ just to be popular. And that's not where I am with it. I love music, period. And it shows. Like, I had a girlfriend tell me, like, she was like, until I got with you, I would never know that you would sit on your couch and just be going through music for hours and hours. She said, nobody know this part about you, like the work ethic. Even my boy Diabolical, Dale, my boy Dale, we go over his house and he has like tables and chairs sit up, and we just sit up and exchange music with each other. We used to have like a whole study session for music. You know what I mean? So like, I don't think a lot of DJs are doing that, especially a lot of younger DJs. And I feel like the technology made it so easy for them that everything is easy. Like, everything is dumbed down to the bare minimum. You know what I mean? Because remember, I had to go to record stores and search for that record. And if I didn't have that record, then I just didn't have it. I couldn't go on the internet or, have somebody email it to me. If you didn't have that record, you just didn't have it. You know what I mean? Everything is more accessible for everything, and they make everything so easy for you, where we had to, like, I remember I was hungry, I wanted to get something to eat, but this one record, I had to have it, and there was only one left, and I bought the record instead of eating. That's a whole different level of love for music than the DJs have today. You feel me? Yeah, I'm in touch with all the new artists. I get emails every day. I got 20 DMs today with new artists from Chicago. Hey, I'm a new artist from Chicago. I'm trying to see if you like my music, blah, blah, blah. But as far as the music scene in Chicago, we have a dope music scene, but the subject matter of the music scene is horrible. It's all about killing and dissing this person and dissing that person. And then you got all these kids killing each other because this all they hear all day. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. Like, all they do is promote violence. And, you know, these kids have the opportunity to be rich and get their family out the hood, but they just bring the money in the hood and make it more of what it is. You know what I mean? So that's something I don't understand and don't agree with. Even if you was in like a gangbanging situation and you saw your life turning around and you started making money rapping, that's your time to change your whole program and get and be grown and smart about stuff, because you want to live to enjoy your fruits of your labor. You know, you don't fruits of your labor. You don't want to, you know, all these, like, I live near O Block, so I see and hear about all these dudes getting killed, and these be some dope artists. You know what I mean? Say King Von, prime example. Album just dropped, and now he's not even here. You know what I mean? Now he had the situation to take his whole family out the projects, you know what I mean, and make a better life. But instead of changing their mindset, they just throw money into that old mindset. The old, you know, you throwing money into gang banging and buying guns, and, you know, I don't want no guns around me. I'm doing music. You feel me? Like Russell Simmons will tell you, I don't want all that stuff. I'm trying to make money. Like, I don't want all that negativity. But the music scene is dope. It's just the subject matter of the music. And then the fact that nobody's making no record labels here. Like, they need a foundation. Somebody needs a foundation to say, hey, we're gonna make a record label. We're gonna have our own label in Chicago where all we need is distribution, and we're gonna put out good artists, and like Lyrical Lemonade. But still, their artists is some of them are, you know, gang banging artists and stuff like that. And these labels don't care. They doing life insurance policies on them, and they give them all the money in the world. Let me tell you something. The record labels give you the tools to destroy yourself, basically. They give you everything you want. If you a gang banging, gun toting, you know, dissing people on record, they're gonna give you all the money in the world to keep doing that, because it's gonna get views and it's gonna make them money. Now, when you end up dead, they don't care, because they still making money off of it. And then your streams go up when you die even more. So they just making money off of it. So at some point in your mind, you have to change your ways and say, hey, you know, this is what I was doing, but I'm gonna have to change, because I don't want to live a life looking over my shoulder all the time. You know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense to me. But the artist, as far as the music is concerned, is great. Like, if we collectively got together as a team and put down a record label, and we're gonna put this artist out, and, you know, Twista don't deal with that type of stuff. You know what I mean? He has his own label, his own studio. He does his own thing. You know what I mean? He don't have to talk about shooting nobody, and he's still here. I saw him and Scarface talking, and Scarface told Twista, he was like, bro, it's a blessing that we're still here doing our craft. And that's what it's all about, longevity. You know, and these kids, they like live here, you know, they YOLO, you know, you only live once. No, you only die once. You live every day. You feel me? So, and now it's a popular thing that it's in New York now. New York is not even New York no more. I used to be able to walk in the projects to go see somebody. Now I can't do that because they got Bloods, Crips, GDs, BDs, you know. I'm like, why y'all, you know what I mean? It's the younger generation. I don't get it because I'm torn from another cloth, you know what I mean? But I understand it, but I don't get it. Because once you get into that tax bracket and you making that money, it's time to change things, you know what I mean? But Chicago is definitely a crabs in a barrel city. When somebody does something successful, they have to move immediately because the city hates you for being successful. I had to learn that some people dislike you because other people love you. You feel me? Like they'll be like, why y'all love him so much? You know what I mean? Like, why not? You know, I'm a DJ. I make people dance and, you know, but people that has hate in their heart or just negative people, they'll be like, why y'all mess with him so much? You know what I mean? That's just what it is. I think that people won't let you shine here. Look at the guy who used to document all these gang banging. He used to document all these. He used to document all these gang bang, and they end up killing him. See, I don't want to be a part of that. You know what I mean? I might do the wrong thing, and you get the wrong information and come kill me for nothing because I interviewed you. And that's stupid. I mean, Chicago is always gonna have somebody out for you. You see how quick Kanye left? He went to New York, and now he in Calabasas. You know, you got to get away from this negative energy, period. I'm a loner and I'm an introvert, so I don't go out unless I'm doing parties or whatever. And when I'm done with the party, I leave immediately. I don't stay, hang out and be, oh, what's up? And I'm gone out the back door like I'm Jay-Z or somebody. So I don't hang up because I don't want to get caught up in no mess. You know what I mean? I love doing parties, but we live in Chicago where anybody anywhere could get shot, you know? So I just, you know, I don't get it, but I don't know why we don't have a record label here. Maybe because everybody keeps hating on each other. You know, when we could be grouping together, like we could take Lil Durk and this person and we could have something huge, but everybody want to be their own man. They don't want to, you know what I mean?
Any way you cut it, grill it, smoke it. You've never seen turkey like this before. Get ready for Just Turkey's famous barbecue turkey ribs and tips. The butter-crusted turkey burger, turkey tacos, legs, salads, wraps, and more. We're serving up healthier choices for the foods you love. Only at Just Turkey. Turkey's all we do. That's why we do it better. Learn more at originalJustTurkey.com.
Hey, baby girl, what's that you eating?
Barbecue turkey ribs.
Turkey ribs? The turkey ain't got no ribs.
Just Turkey does. They have turkey ribs, tips, burgers, even turkey lasagna. They have turkey everything.
You want to trade?
No way. It tastes too good and is way healthier than what you have in that greasy brown bag.
Turkey's healthier?
Yeah, it has less fat and grills to perfection with their special sauce.
Okay, just one bite.
No, they have locations everywhere. Go get your own.
Any way you cut it, grill it, smoke it. You've never seen turkey like this before. Get ready for Just Turkey's famous barbecue turkey ribs and tips. The butter-crusted turkey burger, turkey tacos, legs, salads, wraps, and more. We're serving up healthier choices for the foods you love. Only at Just Turkey. Turkey's all we do. That's why we do it better. Learn more at originalJustTurkey.com.
It's not hard to get your records played on Power 92 because we're number one in the streets. We gotta live by that name. And myself, DJ Nafis, Ferris, and the other DJs on the station, we all are in tune with what's going on in the streets and new artists. Like I said, 20 artists hit me earlier today. And I'll listen to all of them, and I'll even, I'll look out for some of them. If I really like the song, I'll tell them like, yo, I'm gonna put you in my mix next week or whatever, just to get them inspired to do more. Because if they hear their record on the radio, they like, oh man, let me go back in the studio and, work on some more stuff that I can make that's doper than this. If he like this, then he, you know what I mean? And I feel like that put a battery in some of the artists back. Yeah, but I break records all the time. I've never done a mix that didn't have an independent artist in the mix. That's a criteria of mine. I have somebody new you never heard before, and then I got the Cardi B's and the Megan Thee Stallions and the Moneybagg Yo's. I don't know these people, you know what I mean? but I'm playing their music. So why not play somebody who I know, who I can meet up with, you know what I mean? Who's trying to do something. And that little radio slot, man, that put a battery in their back. I'm telling you, the most useful advice I ever received was get to know everybody and be nice to everybody. Like just meet people and be cool with them. And you get things out of that, meeting people and, just exchanging ideas and letting people know what you do. And, this a quick story, like DJ Jay Illa is one of my good friends. And we was at this, it's like a barbecue. It's called a Do-Over. They usually do it in LA, but they had it here in Chicago. And Jay Illa introduced me to this other DJ named DJ Wonder. And DJ Wonder is the DJ at Sirius XM Radio. And from him introducing me to DJ Wonder, I was already friends with Sway that does the Sway in the Morning show, and that's where DJ Wonder DJs at. So those connections got me on the Sway in the Morning show, and I've done it a couple of times already. Wow. Just from the introduction from Jay Illa to DJ Wonder, and then he found out that I knew Sway, and boom, now I'm back in New York, in my hometown, DJing on the radio. So I feel like you should always meet people, let people know what you do, because like I said, I'm an introvert. I don't get out, I don't do a lot of talking and stuff, but my mom was like, you got to put yourself out there. You got to put yourself out there. People don't know how great you are, what you did in your past, and so you got to put that stuff out there. Even one of my homies, DJ Teach One, he was like, man, you need to tell them you did Kanye's first mixtape, and you used to have Kanye dancing at the parties and blah blah blah. But that's like old stuff to me, you know what I mean? But he was like, no, you need to let these people know, like, your affiliation with all these people that they don't know. John Don C, who's, big time now, and my man Happy, they used to have a party at the Dragon Room. Twilight Tone was the main DJ, and they had me open up. Kanye, John used to manage Kanye. This one, he had the go-getters with GLC and the whole group, you know what I mean? And they used to always come up to the booth, play this record. And Kanye was making stuff, but he didn't have his stuff on record. So Don would have to go home, get his CD player, and we would have to hook the CD player up and play the CD, but we was playing records at the time. And that's how we would play Kanye's music at the party, off a CD. This was before CDs was even popular. Like, we were still playing records, and that's how we played Kanye's music, off a CD. Yep, Don was like, man, play this. Damn. Yep. People don't know that. Yeah, Don, John, and Happy had a party at the Dragon Room every Sunday for 4 years straight, and it was me and Twilight Tone. One day I woke up early in the morning and I saw Mike P on there. You know DJ Mike P? Okay, DJ Mike P is a younger DJ. He's dope though. He was Juice WRLD's DJ. And he was on the Jam Show before the Juice WRLD thing. And Juice WRLD took off and he went on tour with Juice WRLD. I think he did like a European tour and an American tour with him. So they had guest DJs on the Jam. Every week they would have another DJ. So I saw DJ AMPM on there who works on my station. So I called my manager and I called them and I said, yo, man, I think they got guest DJs on this show. And he was like, oh, Twista been on that show. Let me call him and see what's up. Bro, the next day, the show texted me like, we would love to have you on the show, blah, blah, blah. So they set me up a contract. They gave me a week. I took my turntables down there. I did the show. And they told me I was such a natural in front of the camera that they wanted to keep me for another week. They didn't want to keep switching DJs. Then I started showing them my connections with like the Kanyes and the Twistas and everybody that I know in the industry. Cause I like artists. I like knowing the artists that I'm playing. I like knowing the people that do dope shit, basically. I like knowing them. Like, I like being friends with them and exchanging ideas and stuff. So I started showing them my portfolio and like, you know, can you get Twista on the phone? And I call Twista and he pick up. And so they were like, you know what? We want to keep you permanently. Do you want to sign a contract? And then I was like, you know, talk to my manager. So my manager called me like, yo, sign this contract, send it right back to me. And then I signed it, sent it back. He was like, you're on the show permanently now. He said they're giving you a raise, you know, and everything is going great. He's like, whatever you're doing, just keep doing what you're doing. And I was like, cool, cool. And the people on the show were cool, super. Everybody, we'd be laughing and joking. But when I start playing that music and people get to dancing in the studio, you can feel the vibe coming from the city, you know what I mean? Because a lot of people stop me in the store like, man, you the DJ, man, you be jamming. Because I keep my music diverse on the show. You know, I play a little rock, a little hip hop, a little R&B, a little this, a little that. And now sometimes I mix it all together, you know, for the morning mix. They gave me 2 morning mixes where I would come in there prepared to put a pop song on top of a hip hop beat. So I'll play, you know, what's the example? I'll play Fall Out Boy on some Jay-Z track. You know what I mean? And mix it up. And I just kept doing that, and it worked. You can find me on twitch.tv/DJ Mustafa Rocks if you want to see me DJing live. You can catch me on Instagram at DJ Mustafa Rocks or Twitter at Mustafa Rocks. You can hit me up if you're an artist or, you know, you got music out there. I listen to everybody's music. Or if you just got any questions, just hit me up. Let me know.